And with Brad and Jen, how are you doing, guys?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired. I know it's like 11 o'clock, but I just sleep so shit lately. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
I think I think a lot of people are going through a lot of shit now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just when you think one thing's done, another thing pops up. So it's just
Yeah.
If I sleep in the day, like if I ever go to sleep like really late, I could sleep all day if I wanted to. But when I get an early night, I just keep waking up all night. It's so annoying. Like I can't get on top of it.
Oh, yeah. I've had that before. It's like basically it ends up turning night into day.
You tried like natural stuff?
Tried what?
Natural stuff. Have you tried like natural remedies for it?
What do you mean? Cannabis?
Yeah.
No. I've had night owl before. Night owl's quite good. But I've just got a really bad, like, addictive personality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had problems with drugs like years ago, and then I had problems with alcohol. I try not to take sleeping pills because I know that I'll be like bang on sleeping pills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I hear you.
So I see you having like beef with Mr. UK TikTok official.
I mean,
It was mainly you, Brad. Like when, and do you tell him not to do that, Jen? Because that's what I used to get with that with my ex all the time. She's like, "Don't do that. Don't get involved. I'm like, leave me alone."
I don't. I think he's going to do something silly or something like, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, don't be doing that. And he goes, oh, no, you're right. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But in general, I just let him crack on.
Only because it's not really
It's
beef.
not really beef like that.
It's not that kind of beef. It's like...
Well, you tried to help him originally, didn't you?
Yeah, originally I was just trying to talk to him just to say, like, because I didn't know much about him. So I can only go by what I first saw. And because we're used to people doing that to us, I gave him the bit of the doubt and just said, look, you're confident with your 10 out of 10, but you can't be arrogant with it because otherwise you don't tell me, and that was it. I couldn't talk and I couldn't say a thing. And I thought, fuck it, I'll write a song then.
I saw you like beefing on a live, and then I saw you do your song. But I don't know if there's any more to it than that. Like,
yeah, there's somebody who's written some wicked verses for it. He's really, really good wordplay. And then the idea was, as quick as possible, going to make one of the funniest videos ever. A parody with everyone in it. And it is a parody. It's not like I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just basically stating a fact. You won't listen to anyone, so listen to the lyrics about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, people say like, oh, obviously he's mentally ill, and he obviously is like mentally ill. But I think because he's so fucking horrible, it's hard to like be nice to him. I used to listen to him last year when he used to just dance in Tesco's, and I used to always stick up for him and say like he's happy, like just leave him alone, he's not doing any harm. But this year he's like a lot more vocal, as we've seen. Like last year, all he did was dance. He never used to speak or anything.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was on it before.
No, but then we heard things like,
I didn't used to write poetry.
When you start doing your research, and you realise he's doing poetry for the Smithies. I don't know.
I don't really know much about it.
All I know is that based on the way he acts and the things he does around him, he's definitely needs some sort of help. But either that,
it's a bit of a liability to himself, if I'm honest. That's more what it is. Do you know what I mean? I look at him and I think, oh mate, you're going to really say the wrong thing to someone soon, and something's going to happen or something. Do you know what I mean? And I would never wish that on him. And I just think, oh, please don't do that.
Yeah, no one actually can say that they hate him, because you can't, unless it's personal. Unless it's personal to you, you can't hate him. And the fact is, when you got 1.9k in the room consistently, he's kind of right. Everyone's in there hating on him, and I get it. But he's saying the same thing. The only reason you're making me big is because you're in here. And he spends so long saying trolls make you bigger, but they kind of are making him big. But at the same time, you don't see, it's not like, not that gifting's like that important, but you don't see them gifting all the time. You don't see anything happen that he wants.
Yeah.
It's just constant. And
it's numbers.
I couldn't take that.
No, I couldn't.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know about you, mate. But I couldn't sit there.
The only time I've got like pissed off and a bit upset for him is he's like so-called mates that he's hanging around with, like physically hanging around with, in cars with and that. And then you go on another live when he's not there, and they're just absolutely slagging him off. Like, not even banter, they're being really fucking horrible, especially like that Sam Pepper guy. I don't know if you've seen him.
I've seen absolutely every aspect of it, and I know exactly what kind of tangle they're all weaving. And it's TikTok. I'm just going to be straight, mate. It's TikTok, and that's what people want to do. People want to be the next person to do this and get this. Oh, he's got good numbers, but I think he's a prick. So what I'll do, I'll use his numbers, fuck him, watch his demise, and do really well. That's basically what happens.
And it happens a lot on TikTok. It happens a lot everywhere.
It happens to lots of people, mate. It's even happened to us. It's happened to all of us. Even yourself, it's probably happened to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does happen. It's just a mental world on TikTok, isn't it? I've always said, and if you ever see this idea, remember it come from me. But don't you reckon it'd be good? You know, you see them documentaries on Channel 4 and Channel 5 and that. Like, they'd have like one on Channel 5 about Benefit Britain and shit like that, or whatever it is. Just think this shit one about TikTok. Just going around reading all these weird and wonderful characters. There's just so many characters on TikTok. And it's like massive. And I think people are still behind on TikTok. A lot of people are joining.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what it is. It took me ages to join. People kept telling me to join, and I was like, no, because I'm going to get addicted. And I didn't join. And now
exactly, and now here you are.
The thing with TikTok, you could be a pilot one day, then you could be a millionaire the next, based on what you're trying to show people. Next, you could be like going down the sorrow route of saying it's just happened to you. And the one thing that everyone has in correlation is this: when you're on the FYP, you're just looking at a video as it skips past. How many times do you actually click and then start looking at all their videos? It doesn't happen very often, does it? Unless you see something you really like.
Yeah.
Right. So when people become and they go from A to Z, but they've only got halfway through the alphabet at this point, they've given you this journey, they've told you all about them, they're doing this, they're doing that. And then all of a sudden, in one day, in one foul swoop, one TikTok later, they've completely changed who they are, what they do, what they believe in. And you sort of think, fuck. So that's what happens. And people call it reinventing themselves. It's not. It's just, if you don't keep up with what's going on around you, you're just going to get left behind.
Yeah, because it's ever changing TikTok, isn't it? You know.
The other thing with the app is, I don't know if you've noticed, like, tried to do videos on other social media. I mean, maybe yours is better than mine, but just like, because I do music, I've been on every single app throughout the years. And TikTok's the only one that you could just go viral on with no followers or anything.
Yeah.
Just put the same video on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. You need to have the followers and the fans there to.
Yeah.
I mean, on this one, you can just post and just go viral. Nothing.
Yeah, I think it's like everyone has the same chance of going viral when you first start, you know, and I think that's because you know, the FYP is so random, isn't it? So you might be looking at a video of a dog and then the next minute you're looking at a speedboat, you know, and it's like, but that's why it's much easier, I suppose, to go viral, because there's so much that you're constantly being fed.
And it's still new as well.
Exactly, it's still new. Like, everyone forgets that it is still new.
People are like, it's been around for years. It's like, hasn't.
It's like, but in comparison, it's a baby. And I, like I said, I don't think people realise where TikTok's going to be at. Like, you know, it's huge. It's huge. And it's going to be even bigger.
You see all the people doing things like laying in bed and then wake them up with a galaxy and think, fucking hell. Like, if we ever do it literally for a competitive reason, it's literally to say, look, I want our name on there, just so that everyone up there that's doing it can also see that we're capable as well. Yeah. Like, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to sit there.
But that's what it's about, you know, getting on a little leaderboard. It's a bit of competitive nature. Yeah. You know, that's kind of what it was, especially for us. That's just what it's about. It's friendly competition.
Yeah, but unfortunately now it's all, everything's changing on there. And yeah, it's hard to not be involved when everyone else starts to do it as well. But remember what we said, mate, since day one to where we are now, we might go along with things, we might like change things for the better, but we're still us, man. We're still, we definitely don't change, and we definitely don't do one thing and then pretend to be another. We just, you know.
Yeah.
It is getting a bit mad on there, though. It's everything's money orientated. Obviously, they roll things out in different countries and different followers. So if you've got a certain amount of followers, like, you might have a feature that someone else hasn't got, as you probably know. but there's going to be, I don't know if you've seen, you can tip people. So you can just click in the bio and there's a tip thing. It seems to be like people, I don't really see them do it now, but last year they was always doing it, like putting their PayPal in the bio.
Yeah.
People were just tipping, or they was doing video shout-outs for people that sent money in PayPal. And it seems everything that people was doing like on the side, TikTok have come in and thought, yeah, we're going to do that. Under TikTok, you can buy merch under TikTok in a TikTok shop without leaving TikTok. And you can't do it in Britain yet, but you can do it in, they're rolling it out where I'll come onto your video and I'll tip $10 and request a shout out video. And then you get an application whether you want to do it and you can tip. And then obviously it's just, and the shopping channels and all that, it's just going mental.
Basically, it's heading towards like e-commerce, which is kind of what every business out there does. It always has to find a way to be on top as a business. So a lot of people look at it and just think social media and social media only. But you got to think behind business, that. Isn't it? Always think behind that and just think someone's got to get paid. And you know, I know it's a lot. The only thing we always say is, from a creative perspective, I know they've got to pay A, B, and C first before they get their profit. But I do think 70% is way too much to be taken off of creators that do put a lot of their time into their, not just going live as well.
Yeah, it is a lot. And the thing a lot of people don't think about is like, if I go on there and buy coins, so I'm buying the coins and then I'm paying for the coins and then I'm giving the coins to you, then they're getting money twice because they're getting the money from me for the coins and then they're taking some of the coins. It's just mental.
It is mad.
It's
like
clever.
And I think obviously, and if you buy them through the app, you obviously they charge, you get less coins because obviously Apple, you know, Google Store, obviously they have to charge their fee. But there is a thing that you can do if you do ever want to top up. It's to anyone that does. That you can go online. I can't remember the exact website.
I'll get it. I can get it.
We can get it for you, but you can go online onto like your browser and top up through that, and then it doesn't do it through the App Store or the Google Store, so you actually get more for your buck.
You haven't got to pay them.
They
haven't got
the merchant fee or whatever.
TikTok don't take a straight 70%. They literally probably get about 25 at the end of it.
Yeah.
The rest of it is divided between the Apple Store. These are the things that people don't realise. They go, oh yeah, but they're taking all that money. They're not.
But
it's just
so you can get more for your buck if you get them online.
Yeah, you can buy them direct.
Do it through the App Store, basically.
So,
we'll find it for you.
I'll send you the link for it. Then, but anyone can use it. Anyone can use it.
Okay.
And they're going to be telling people more about that.
Yeah.
At some point. So like, we have meetings with them. So we have meetings with TikTok.
Yeah.
In regards to campaigns and
stuff like that.
Yeah, just making it, like improving it. Similar thing to what Dan does.
Yeah.
I've noticed in your bio, it's still got your actual name. That was not your original account though, was it? Did you not lose the name, the Hannistons? Or was it spelled different?
No, original name was Jennifer Hanniston.
So yeah, we had
yeah.
That was that. And then obviously I got them taken because of the old OF. Obviously back then no one knew the rules. Everyone was just like, oh my God, there's a place where we can just talk about whatever we like.
And the traffic's really high and it's easy to...
But they cracked down on that pretty quick. And now it's like, gosh, like if you even utter it, it's like...
But now it's not even a human that's sitting there analysing it. There's too many accounts to do that.
It's just
a bot, mate.
It's a bot and it's learned.
And it learns. So when you think you found a loophole, like we've done all this in the past, it doesn't work. You end up just getting slammed one day and you think, blimey, but I've gained another 200,000 followers. Surely that's not going to happen. And then boom, and then boom, and then boom. Yeah. And until in the end...
You learn your lesson.
Until in the end you're told, look, like you can do this and this and this, but you're going to do that? No.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened.
Basically.
I've just had another backup band, but it only had like 2K, but it had like 5 videos and they're all viral because I didn't really post much on there.
Yeah.
And I just spent ages going through all the videos and just hiding all the flops, and kept like the biggest 5 on there. And I just went on there and it just said you've been permanently banned. This was like 3 days ago, and it's not giving me an option to appeal it. And then I'm speaking to them, and if you think this is a mistake, go on this, do that, and then appeal it. And I was like, it's not giving me an option.
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I had with my old accounts.
We had that.
Even with my recent ones, the little Jennifer Hanniston ones that I set up, I had another one of them banned, and I couldn't get that one back. And I emailed, and I was like, the creative thing, and I was like, you know, I don't think I've done anything. It's like, no. And it's like, but if you like to appeal it, log in and do this, you know, but I can't.
and what they would return and say to us is that everybody's in the same boat. That even if you verify, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you break the rules,
you break the rules. So.
There's actually nothing they can do because, you know, they're just doing their jobs. They're not the owners. So
it doesn't. I've never seen anywhere in the rules say anything about OnlyFans. Whereas on some other sites, it was literally say you shouldn't promote OnlyFans.
More just like anything that if you're.
I think the way they see it is because it's gated. Means that you're going to have to earn money from people going to that gated area. Even if you've got a free subscription or not, it's still gated.
Yeah.
And typically it's X-rated, but they're not allowed. Of course, they can't put it in terms and conditions because that's discrimination.
But they just say you can't traffic to any website that does that sort of thing. I can't remember the exact words.
Yeah.
So you can't sit there and go and check out my OF because you're just down.
Yeah.
But that's what we were saying last time we chatted. That everyone sees OF as porn, but it's not all porn, is it? As you know, like, so if you're like a comedian or a hairdresser or whatever, like you can't put a hashtag down or anything. You can't do anything.
No, exactly. It's mental.
Only because 90% of OnlyFans is
predominantly.
The 90% of it is. That's
what took over.
That's where it gets money from.
Yeah.
It'd be like, imagine if it came out and went OnlyFans, the place for your fans to go, whether you're a star, celebrity, musician. It just wouldn't work. There's too many people that have tried doing that, and people just don't really care about that sort of thing. I tell you what they'd rather do, like we used to back in the day. You get your 15, 20 quid. You go and buy a ticket to Brixton Academy. You go and watch a band. You might then go somewhere else. Engelman's, Brighton, you know what I mean? 20 quid a ticket. So think, if you're sitting there with 20 quid to go and have fun and watch these bands, all social media has done is stopped that fun of being in front of the stage and being with your mates and watching them. It's kind of made it go to a point where it's going uphill, and now people are just lazy and just rather watch someone they like or watch a band they like digitally, like on a phone or a computer. And then when they're gifting, well, they were going to spend that 20 quid on a ticket to go and have a good night out and have a few beers. So if someone does that, that's all it really is sometimes. If you've got to a point where people are like, fucking hell, like, we really like you, really this, then that's not a problem. But anything to do with, like a lot of people are saying, anything to do with sitting there and saying a sob story for money, that's never any good, as long as it's for the right reasons. But I'm finding that a lot of people now, when they're going live, they're not engaging in the way that, it's not just us, mate, because like you engage all the time, but it's not engaging enough. It's just like this. Look, you know what I'm talking about. You ready? Looking at the screen. How many times do you see this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. All they're worried about is the figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to Mr. UK TikTok, loads of times I've been scrolling the For You page and I've seen him on live with that Casper guy. Have you seen Casper?
Yeah.
He's always got that filter on, so his eyes are going like that.
So weird, man.
I'm not joking. Kev is actually asleep. He's asleep like that, with his hat down, and that guy's on the other side with his eyes going like that. And they're in a boxing match, and as soon as it finishes, you start it again. He's not even awake. He's just awake.
Yeah. That's what I mean. TikTok's a crazy place. You see someone on one day, and then you might come on 2 hours later, and that person's live again, and then you get the same thing. Oh my God, you're still live. Did you know, like half the time, you might see him do one thing, and you think something, but then 20 minutes later, he's up, he's doing this, he's cooking, he's doing whatever. But that 5 minutes that you might have been there, you've seen that. And I do the same. You come out and you think, and that's it. And then you'll tell someone, all he does is do this and do that. And next day you go on, you know, he's dancing on here, doing that. So it's just I don't know, a lot of it I feel, because there isn't much else for him to do. I think a lot of it's just, he's going to continue doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because he's getting the numbers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He'll never stop doing this now. So it's not just a matter that he's got mental problems. He still gets on a train, pays for tickets, and manages to use all his technology and do what he's got to do, and he knows what fake jewelry is. So he's not that mentally unstable. He's just now I think he's just oozing from it. He loves it, and now he's like he's convinced himself.
Any attention's attention at the end of the day, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't know where it's going to end for him. What's going to happen? So.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Me personally, I think he needs to just stop and just realise that there's a lot of things he's done and said that don't make sense.
But he won't.
But it's more to do with,
yeah,
it's when he comes home and he says things about people, but then he'll go straight back to these places and he thinks that he can just go 999.
Yeah.
You know, like, fucking hell. He talks about, I wrote it in one of the songs about talking about HMP, but you glass yourself up to the DWP. Like, you're sitting in your gaff and you're, mate, it's honestly, it is like watching an episode of Shameless.
Yeah.
It's just,
it's, but yeah, I think a lot of people just watch it because they're like waiting to see what's going to happen next.
I know, and it's awful, really.
You know, it's like you just don't know with him what is going to happen next. He's so unpredictable.
But that's also entertainment. Isn't it mad? That's, in this day and age, mate, that's entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, how can we, like, you've obviously seen all the stuff recently. Like, Eden's lovely, Lloyd's lovely. We met them at the party. They're lovely. Yeah. But, you know, to hear and see what a lot of people are saying, it's like they're only saying it because of what you're seeing on that screen. Because how many of you ever actually go and see her in the real world, go to her house? Even we haven't done that. We've just met them in person. And from first impressions, they're lovely. But it is terrible to see how someone can take somebody, watch them do this, and then just fucking rip them to pieces. Yeah. And you think, for what? What can we really cry? Yeah. What does anyone gain from ripping people to pieces? I don't get it. You know? Yeah. But we've never really understood that anyway, have we? Well, no, it's just good. Well, it's not something we do. No, we don't. Well, we don't get involved in it.
Nah. Is that about like being in love? She's getting loads of shit for it. Yeah, I know, and I feel really sorry for her in that sense because I'm like, it is true. Something she said, she was like, you know, you love it when I'm heartbroken, but you know, if I'm in love, you hate it. You know, and it's like you're never gonna. And I think people need to just remember and take a little step back that she's 24. She's still young. So young. Yeah. Like, no matter how you come across, no matter whether you're mature, like for your age or whatever, you're 24, and you know, people need to be a bit kinder. And they always say, be kind, but none of them are fucking kind. No, it's when they say, it's when they go, oh, it's a grand plan. You think, how? Again, she's young, and she's just trying to make her move in the world, like anyone else would in her position. Yeah, you know, anyone in her position. And I think a lot of people would love to be doing what she's doing. Doesn't mean they want to be her, but they would love to be able to do what she's doing, because that's why a lot of people start TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you know. No one starts something to stay in that same position. Yeah. When you go and get a job and you want a promotion, you go for that promotion. You're going to piss people off in the same building as you. Difference is there's only 50 employees here. Out here, there's millions. Yeah, and everyone's got an opinion. It's the only difference. And everyone's got that thing of, you should be able to do that. And you think, you know, we've had it. We've had it all the time, man. And then in the end, people just go, it's just not worth it. Yeah. But as long as you just stay true to yourself, then you'll be all right. Yeah. Yeah, it can be a jealousy a lot of the time. I always speak to Dan Sprague about it, and it is just jealousy, because obviously when he's getting hate, say, and he'll go onto the page and it's a guy at his age with he's doing comedy content and he's getting no views. So surely it's just jealousy if he's coming at Dan Sprague, because they're both on the app doing the same thing. They're both fathers. They're both doing comedy videos. Yeah. I mean, and if you get these opportunities, you're going to take them. Exactly that. We're all looking for an opportunity or a way to make something better out of our lives. It is also about, it is also about making sure that you help everyone else around you as best as you can. Yeah. So, it's true. You can't, not everybody, because not everyone's got that thing. We call it like a little Simon Cowell thing. I go into a room, I'm there for 10 seconds and I'll just decide straight away. And you can tell whether do they care about you through the screen, or do they care about what's on the screen in front of them? Is it the numbers and the glitz and the glamour, or do they actually want to talk and then get some feedback? We reply to every comment and talk to everyone and engage with fucking every single person on the live, because we genuinely do. And I know through the screen, like I would if I was on a live, if they call my name and they're talking to me, I'm like, oh my God, fucking hell. So yeah, I know how that feels. So that's why we are genuinely doing that. Yeah. That's it. And it's like I said, it's just a shame that everyone out there will just, as soon as you make a mistake, they will just want to rip you to pieces. And B, it's forget anything you've ever done. Yeah, that's it. And B, it's a shame that the way the world's going, everyone on the lives is only thinking about how much money they can get. Yeah. There's nothing else. And it's just a lot of it. Yeah. And it's a weird place. That's what I mean. There's so many avenues. Do you think it'd make a good documentary on one of those Channel 4 programs?
It really would.
I think it really would, mate. Pitch that.
Honestly, you should pitch that, mate.
Yeah, you should pitch.
You heard it here first.
You should.
Meeting all the characters and that. There's like, do you know? I think he's changed his name now because he got banned. Nicholas 2. He looks. It's like Peter Griffin. He's an older.
No.
He's an older guy. He's got glasses. Yeah. He's an older guy, big guy.
Yeah, does he do all the Family Guy skits?
No. He just looks like Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
But he's probably about 60 years old, and he's been on the app since I've been on it, and he had like 500,000, and literally he posts all the time, like every 2 seconds, and he'd just be like eating a pot noodle or something, and he just doesn't do any content. But he's just so engaging, you just can't stop watching him.
Yeah.
And there's some people on this app, like some people come on and do like whatever, like dancing or comedy. And some people just come on and be themselves and just really successful at that, aren't they?
No, yeah, it is.
I don't think you can go. You can't really go wrong, mate. You know.
Yeah, it's being yourself.
If you're just being yourself and it's going all right, well, then you're doing something right because you're just being you. But if you have to keep going back to a fucking drawing board to work out what your next plan is going to be, it's not really going to help you because then you're kind of treating it like a business, should we say? But each to their own. Everyone does whatever they want.
Differently,
it's just not how we've ever done it, and we've had to, like it's the same with all of us. When accounts get pulled, you then lose money financially, and then you have to come back again, and then you start thinking people don't like you. And
then,
you
get paranoid.
and then because we're together all the time, it's like, is it you? Is it me? Is it us? Or is it like this? What do we do?
No,
yeah. There's so many things.
Do you ever like look at your views and stuff like that and get down if you're not hitting the views and that?
Of course, man. Yeah, of course.
100%. Because you can't not. Like if you've been having a great time and then all of a sudden you've used something, you're like straight away you're like, well, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, what's going on? That's natural. That's normal. It'd be stupid not to do that. Like, but yeah, we definitely do.
Yeah,
that.
we do. Yeah,
we see the views and then we're just like, oh, what's going on here?
And I had my account where I'd done all the videos with Alfie and that, and it was like quite successful. I spent 2 or 3 hours going through hundreds of videos, hiding any ones that didn't have more than 50,000 views. And now I'm on this newer account. I'm just looking back thinking, that was fucking mental. And I do it on this new account where if it doesn't get 10K, because obviously, it's a smaller account now. And I'm thinking, even if it's got 7,000 views and it's got hundreds of comments and everyone's liking it and everyone's engaging in it, I still end up fucking hiding it. And then I said to a friend about 2 weeks ago, I need to stop doing this. And I started doing it, and I've been enjoying it more. I mean, I've never looked at the likes and the comments. I generally haven't. It's just the views. I always want to get views.
Yeah.
It makes you ill.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, like don't forget as well that a video that you leave on there for a month or even a week, it could just pop one day and go viral as well.
We've had it before where we've posted one and it's like the most random one and nothing really much happens with it. It trundles along, does its thing, and then you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden it's on 500K and you're like,
oh, what? Where'd that come from?
Like when you went to bed, it was on 30. Like, do you know what I mean? So it can pop off hours later, even a day later sometimes, it's weird.
We've even done that thing where you put a video up and in the first couple of hours it doesn't do what we think it should do, which isn't right. It's not the right attitude. But we had that in the beginning, and literally you go, oh, it's only got to like 16K, and you think like there's accounts out there that would love to get that. So that's when we had to start learning, and we was like, no, stop deleting them. Just leave them.
Now the only ones we ever make private is if they completely just don't go anywhere, or if maybe there's a problem with a sound. Like to say, like it's been an hour and it's on like 1,000 views, which for us with 600K is like not. That's like, do you know what I'm saying? So you kind of just know, you're like, okay, they don't like that sound. Let's just.
Or if you get one, and the sound gets compromised legally, and you haven't done nothing wrong, but you need to take that video down. So now, and we had like 4.5 million likes on that video, and we had to completely delete it.
It was heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking. And we're saying to TikTok, like, it's all right, well, I suppose we'll try and gain that.
We'll have to get that back.
Yeah.
One video.
So it's horrible when it happens, but then you just have to, you sort of get on with it and just think we're not the only ones.
Yeah.
This is happening to everybody.
Yeah.
And you just work your way through it. And
100%.
Yeah.
It's like the group that I was in. I don't know if you saw the Hannistons group.
Yeah.
So over the time, like people have come and gone, but over time, there's probably been about 15 of us over time, and like most of them are like massive creators and get thousands and millions of views. And then we're doing this page, and like some they're not even hitting like 1,000 views. And then we got to 100k, and then we're still not hitting the views. And it just shows you like it doesn't really matter about followers. Like,
no. Yeah, it's true. It is true. Like we've kind of always said that. Do you know what I mean? The following's one thing, but it's the views you want. You know, like it's the views.
Honestly, you could gain 5,000 to 10,000 people overnight with a viral TikTok.
Yeah.
No matter who you are, you all have the same opportunity when you set up an account to go viral as the next person. It's hard. We get it. It's hard. It's hard to.
And it doesn't matter if your following grows really, really, really quickly. Like it's better to have a following that grows slow and steady and organic. You know, people genuinely give a shit about you. You know, they've followed your journey, or they've invested their time to you. You build this, like, it's like a community, you know. And I've always seen that with people, like when you can tell when that happens. Yeah, because what happens is normally the average person's in your room for about 15 seconds. Yeah. And then they fuck off and go somewhere else. That's just how it is. Yeah. So when you've got a big following, 85 to 90% of the people are only there just to quickly look and then piss off. Yeah. And you can check your analytics. But when you get a bit deeper in it, we see now a lot of people stay there for well over an hour. A lot of people will stay for most of the live. And it doesn't matter if there's only 80 to 90, 100. There's no such thing as only, because we all had 0 people at one point. Yeah. But even when we're sitting there now, mate, we used to have thousands of people. And I don't know what was different. I don't know what changed. But we used to have thousands of people in a live. And now we still get thousands, but over the hour and a half period. Yeah. So we might only have 80 to 90 people. But the people that we have are amazing. There. Yeah. Like, you know, and it's like, it wouldn't be the same without them in the room. Yeah, no way, no. So I would rather have like 100, 200 people that are genuinely in there wanting to be in there than 3,000 that don't give a shit. And that's basically, and that is, that's exactly, when people say stay in your lane and all that, that's not just us staying in our lane, that's kind of how it's got to be. Like, that's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Even 80 to 90 people is a lot of people that are actually going to listen to what you say. Because on the average journey from home to work or wherever you fucking go, how many times do you ever bump into 80 or 90 people and talk to them? Yeah. And they actually care. Yeah. So in the end, the most organic way of growing on here is the best way, because you will always at the end be just as happy as you was at the beginning. Yeah. You might have a bit more money, you might have a bit more of this, but ultimately you're happy. You're not sitting there pulling your hair out thinking, fuck, like, what's going wrong? What's this? Oh, I've got drama with him. I'm going to go and fucking box him. I'm going to... Yeah. As soon as you say something wrong now, it's like, right, Sunday smoke.
I saw you're a fan of the Aggie boy. I just think I've just got off the wrong foot with him. I don't know him, obviously. But you know when you see someone, and you're just like, oh, that guy's a knobhead. But I try not to do that, because obviously I get judged as well. Like, when people don't even know me, they just see me and think I'm a knobhead. Or they judge. That's why I always say the For You page is someone's first impression of you sometimes as well. That's about to try and do. Oh, little shit. Yeah. So cat's just done a piss. We've got a kitten and she keeps peeing on the carpet. Yeah. Aggie's just got that mad demeanour about him. Like, when he's like, bring the smoke, his hair's doing all that, and he's going all crazy. When someone's like that, I just want them to get knocked out. I like someone that's quiet and humble. I don't like people like that. That's just my personality there. Yeah. I think that's just his persona. Like, and the thing is, because he gets in and he does deliver. Like, you know enough about boxing yourself, mate. He can box. There's no denying it. He can have a tear up, so he's fine. But when you see the ones that literally, you know what I mean, they couldn't dance between two daffodils, you sort of think, what are they doing? Like, what? It means you're only doing it for views. You're not actually going in there to, and that's what I can't agree with. I don't get that. Yeah. I don't understand it. It's not real. It's not real. There's no real beef or real problems. It's just devised on an app, and then you go and smash each other up. But you know, but recently, it's like the people that say, "Oh, it's on a Monday," and they're like, "I'm going to fight this person on a Thursday or Sunday, whenever it is," and I'm like, "You've just decided on Monday that you're going to fight." You need to train for months and fucking take it seriously. What, mate? That's what gives, again, it's entertainment, right? Yeah. A few things. It's free. It's free. Where else are you going to watch boxing with two people? Whether it's for clout or not, where are you ever going to see two people beating themselves up for free? On a Sunday? So I assume you watched Kev and Tommy Nonek.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate, of course I did. I called it. I called it before it even started. I went, listen, one punch, it's all over. Watch, everyone's going.
He was actually knocked out. He was completely knocked out, wasn't he? And when he was looking like that, he went white.
Yeah,
he's in.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, the intro was longer than the fight.
Yeah. And then I didn't watch it last week, but Anthony Joshua was in there. See that?
Oh, you did that as well. I mean, yeah.
No, we were doing a charity, like not really charity. I don't want to say it's a charity.
We was doing we was helping Mel out. Mel was doing a live for that, that baby Harlow.
Yeah.
Okay. So we went on there and just helped her raise a bit of money for the parents who haven't. I can't imagine what they're going through. So yeah, we done that. So a lot of people were like, "You're not watching the boxing." I said,
like, "No, not tonight."
And then Joshua was on. Obviously, Digger and Miss, so they're always on.
Yeah.
But it was the fights, man. It was the fights in general. I saw the fights and I was like, "Woo!"
I know, yeah.
Like, that's free.
And it's entertaining. It is entertaining.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever see me in the comments, but I'm always saying the same thing to people. Everyone's going, "It's buffering," and I'm like, "Ask for a refund. Ask for a refund." I know it's annoying when it buffers, but fucking hell, they can't help it. Do you know what I mean? And it's free.
Yeah.
They don't need to keep saying it's buffering. They know it's buffering.
I think things change and things evolve, and Tyrone, he's very clever anyway. But we've spoken to him personally as well about it, and said always remember to hold on to your baby because it will become this huge thing.
Yeah.
And already now there's security, and you can't go there unless they personally said you can, because everyone's jumping on the Wi-Fi, fucking up the signal.
Yeah.
But that could be like an amazing thing, couldn't it? If they stepped it up a bit. It's good.
Yeah. Them last fights, mate, they were proper.
The traction that they're getting.
The numbers.
It's crazy. It's the numbers that they're getting.
We'll put it this way: when we were talking to him, because we said, "Oh, we'll come on and have a chat for one of the fights." Why not? It's a busy live, but we actually enjoy it, get on well with him. So we was going to do it, and then it just didn't happen for whatever reason. And all it took was one more week of fights to now realise that you're not going on there unless you've got Wonga, because
it's a advertising dream.
What about that butchers? that butchers that came in just for a quick chat, and then 15,000 followers.
I think he had 3,000 at the start, and then he ended up with about 20,000 followers on Instagram
within a few minutes.
Like,
and he had, I don't think he was on the boxing, but he's on Tyrone's live. Ed Sheeran. I thought it was some like fake edit, but it's real.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. It's meant to it.
Yeah. Social media, mate. Whatever. When something big happens or there's lots of figures in a certain room, we only see it watching it. But just remember, in the back office, when something happens, it's like ding, 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 and then whoever's looking at it goes, "Oh, what's going on here?"
That?
And then you've got all the brands, and you've got everyone else going, "Oh." And if you're the hot topic for that week, so are you with everyone else in social media, and that's why all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Now they all can't wait to get in the room. There's not enough boxes.
Yeah.
And that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good, man. But on this new podcast, so the first one I done, episode 1, was with Trucker G. I don't know if you know him or seen him.
Yeah, prison talk.
Yeah, and then previously on other podcasts, I've done Lauren Sucker, Kelly from Misfits, who's like done loads of things, won a BAFTA, all that sort of stuff. And then I've done Terry Stone, which was in all the Rise of the Foot Soldiers and all that. Like 2 massive actors. He won Best Actor of the Year last year. And Trucker G has got way more views in the first day than them two on the podcast. Because people, the power of TikTok, people just want to rather listen to this trucker than like these BAFTA award winners. It's just mental.
Social media.
It is.
It's how social media is. And like I say, all people need to do is just be happy doing what you feel like you want to do. And as long as you're happy, it doesn't matter about anything else.
You ain't hurting no one.
Yeah, but it's when people get so stressed and absorbed about they've got to change or they've got to do this or they've got to do that. And then the next thing you know, you're not you anymore. You're not you anymore. And before you know it,
and that only affects you.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a shame to see. It's a shame to see a lot of it happening. But again, you're never going to stop it. You're never going to stop it. People are always going to have something to say.
Of course.
You're always going to have people that are jealous. You're always going to have people that want to shoot you down.
People that are like, I'm entitled to my opinion. You're like, you are.
That's cool.
You are. But it's none of my business, so.
And people just come out of random shit as well in the comments. like about my personal life, about like me splitting up with my ex and my baby and stuff like that, and I'm like, who are you? What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the stuff they come out of you, just like, where did you even get that from?
someone watches a TikTok and then they just turn around and go, that's my third cousin. You're like, what?
No,
back in the day, with TikToks and that, you remember Christmas time when you go, explain yourself. What? What are you talking about?
What do you think about that Tattle Life as a website?
We don't even go on it.
We looked once.
Like,
we looked once, mate, because again, we're human, right? We're only going to be real.
We heard about it.
No one wants to read anything bad about themselves.
Yeah.
So we did think, oh, fuck it, go on then. So got in there, and there it was, the Hannistons, and I thought, fuck's sake, right? It's cool, but here we go. So let's see what they've devised in this. So we've got into it, and basically it was just, what does everyone think of the Hannistons? And then it was, well, I think they're all right.
Yeah.
What are they even on here for? Someone else went, nah, well, this, that, and the other. No, I think they're all right. Like, they're just, so it was nice to see that, but fucking hell, bro, that site.
There's some darkness in there, isn't there?
Like, look, free speech and all that.
Exactly.
You can say whatever you want. Everyone's allowed to say what they like, and why not? But you also need to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of these people, mate, it's almost like it comes from a personal thing as well. Like some of these people must clearly know them, and the stuff they say, you're just like, oh, guys.
Yeah.
Your excitement is listening to each other talk horrible shit about people. That's just, I find that a bit strange, but each to their own, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go on there, but I know, I won't name him, a big TikToker. He's always messaging me about, oh, I've read this, read that, and I'm like, don't go on there. It's just shit. And it's mental on there as well. Like, you say that some of the things that because people send me it and I don't even ask for it, like screenshots, that some of the stuff is so detailed and personal. Like you say, like, how do they know this stuff? They must know them personally.
It's quite powerful. Imagine if you know something about someone and you're already on a personal level with them. You don't really like them, but this is your moment. This is a place where if you say this information, you're going to feel like you're a god in that little room, in that little arena. So they go, guess what? Boom, boom, boom. And that's really all it stems from. Yeah. Everybody has an angle at some point, and everybody out there just wants their 5 minutes. That's pretty much it. Whether they're hidden or not.
But like we always say to people, like, what other people think of you is none of your business. And it's like, the same logic applies, you know, like you have celebrities and stuff and they don't read stories about themselves and they don't read the paparazzi papers and things like that. Same logic applies. Just don't look. About being ignorant. The day, it really doesn't matter what that other person thinks of you, because as long as you know who you are, like, you know, and it's just, you just gotta.
They're not paying your bills, and they're not the ones tucking your kids up.
And I mean, fair enough. Some people like looking at it. Some people probably do, and they probably want to know what's being said about them. Me, I'm the opposite. I'll be like, nah, I'm all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm good, because it's not going to do any good.
Whereas me, I used to look at it and be like, what's that fucking username? Give me that username.
You know, that's what you got to think about. It's not going to do you any favours knowing all this stuff that people are saying about you. It's like, you know, so that's kind of how I see it. But I just wouldn't.
It's no different to, like I said, being at work. If you're in an office block, you're going to have loads of people that don't like you.
There's always going to be people that don't like you. It's just most of the time they never write about it.
That's it.
Like, I bet there's people that spoke a lot of crap about us in the past, like, that we would never know about because it's not written down anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so you just, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never got these fake profiles and no pictures and all that. Like, if I want to beef with someone, if someone's pissed me off and I want to have a go at them, I want them to know it's me saying it.
Yeah.
I want you to know it's me that thinks you're a pro.
Yeah, it is true. Like the ones that come in with no profile picture, no followers, like nothing. So it's obviously a brand new account that they've just made. It's like, okay, well, I have zero respect for you anyway, because if you actually had the bollocks,
you'd come in here,
you'd come in and tell me who you are and why you think what you do.
Yeah.
And there's obviously, if you know me, then there's obviously a reason you think that, but you're too much of a pussy to show who you are. So that says more about you again.
Well, even if they come in with an account now, they come in with an account now and they might say something silly. You just turn around and
you
say,
better have a bloody good reason.
No, you say, well, yeah, so you've got to have a good reason for it. You can't
but also, what are you doing it on here for?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden
if there's shit on TikTok, it's like, well, you got my number.
Yeah.
What are you doing it on TikTok for?
Yeah, I've had that before, yeah.
Views.
Clout.
Yeah. There's no reason to have beef on TikTok, really, with people like that.
Yeah.
Like, real shit.
Trust me, we've had that. Not that we won't talk about that.
No,
we've had that,
unless it's for some other reason.
Yeah.
You know, because otherwise you just ring them. You know, you just pick up the phone or whatever. And
so when someone's got your number, but they don't want to ring you, but they'd rather try and air it out on TikTok, just remember the person they are.
Yeah.
And then when you know it, it doesn't matter what everyone around it says. All the people with their phones recording, hoping for a fight. You know what it's like. No difference being at school, mate. When you're at school and then all of a sudden, oh, fuck it. You see it 5 man deep. Obviously a fight going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what social media, without actually being there, people just go,
hype.
Yeah. And that's it. And we can't stop it. We watch it, but we just stay the fuck out of it. But
as much as possible.
Yeah, as much as possible, yeah.
Yeah, you get the people that are like if you get 2 different creators fall out, they're like, come live tonight.
Yeah.
It's at 9 o'clock and let's sort this out. And you're like, just fucking sort it out, man. Just WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Why have you got to do it tonight at 9 o'clock?
Exactly.
And that just goes with the way that everything's changing, mate. Social media is changing.
Exactly.
And it's changing people as well. And all I know is it's going to be a crazy ride.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, mate. It's going to be a crazy ride.
Yeah.
But it's people like you'll still be here.
Sorry.
Podcast.
Yeah.
That's like
I was just saying, like, getting to an hour now, but before we go, like, what is your management on TikTok? I keep seeing accounts with management. What do they actually do?
So our basically, because they've got contacts in the entertainment industry, not just specific to TikTok, they've dealt with music.
They have branches in each sector, like TV, film,
and in their own rights. Chloe specifically.
Yeah.
You know, she's 24. I think she's 24, 25, and she's running this business, which
fair play to her.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously quite tough. And because of their contacts, they basically have access to agencies and brands that are looking for, I don't want to say the word influencers, but looking for people that have got a following where they can put their products on your page. And they're like, they're the intermediary, so that you don't have to do all the emails, phone calls, trying to plug yourself. They do it all for you with media kits. They know what they're doing.
You know, we did a bit of it ourselves, and to be honest with you, there's so many people out there, like companies and stuff, that just want something for nothing. Like, you know, like they'll really try and take the piss out of a situation because you don't know what you're talking about. And that's where people like them are worth their weight in gold, because they know what to say to these people, they know what to write, they know how to deal with things, you know, and that's kind of what's invaluable about it, is their knowledge of things that we're not knowledgeable on.
Well, we might have knowledge on a lot of it, but
we don't know it in detail.
No, we don't know it enough to be able to say that's how much that needs to be.
You know,
or negotiate things like that. So that's all they're for. But
we're new with them.
I mean, we've literally it's only been about a month.
Not even that.
Not even a month.
A couple of weeks with them.
So we've only literally just started.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds cool. So how are you still enjoying OnlyFans and the hub and that, or is you find it tedious?
We're not on the hub anymore.
Yeah, so I'm off the hub now.
Literally about a month ago.
Yeah.
About a month ago, yeah. It just kind of came to a natural end for us. Like, there wasn't really anywhere to progress on there for us. And when we did the TV show, we realised very quickly that having a production team or people in the room or anything like that was not us.
Yeah, more on my side of things.
Yeah, but what we have is it works because it's just us. And that's why we like it. You know, we're not out here trying to be in the next big porno movie as such. And we realised that. And from that, your direction changes. But we didn't know that until we did the TV.
But we smashed it on there. Like, we came on, I think the highest we got to was probably 44th. We were trending pretty much every week. So it wasn't like we were doing anything wrong.
But to progress, it would mean it was always kind of the starter.
It meant basically you'd have to start going into extremes, like having to do lots of like anal and all that kind of stuff.
And maybe adding people into the relationship, like into
want to get paid.
Wouldn't do.
Yeah, but even that's the sort of thing.
Yeah.
What
next level?
But what comes after that? Because I always see these things and I think like for me, only personally, this is for me, because obviously we're in a relationship. You know, if you're doing these things that you wouldn't have necessarily done before, and you're just doing it to make a video. It's like, well, where'd you stop? Because you wouldn't have done that in real life. So where's the boundary? You know, like, where do you stop and go, actually, that's really not what I want to do? Because you probably didn't really want to do many of them. Like, and don't get me wrong, again, this is just me. Like, this is not for everybody. But for us, there was nowhere to go on there without doing the things that we just weren't going to do.
And that's when it does become...
we're never going to be not us.
Yeah, and that's when it does become tedious or whatever. If you're only doing it for that. But we, honestly, mate, we enjoy it.
What we do because we love it.
Yeah, if we're outside and we're having a smoke and we're shagging outside, trust me, bro, it's fucking real. Like, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's hot as fuck. I'm like, I'm in my garden and I'm doing this.
And that's our little niche, if you want to call it. You know, people just like that.
And every video was like it. So when you can go back, you can use a Wayback Machine to have a look. You can have a look at it because you can see our old profile even when it's gone. But there were 10 million views with 10,000 subscribers. So the nearest person either side to us had 100 million views and 100,000 subscribers. So it's organic. It was real. And then we just pulled it off because we just thought, well, it's not just that. Like, the TV show, that's coming out in April, May.
Yeah, that's all about it.
What's the TV show? I've not heard anything about that.
I can only tell you, like, for obvious reasons. I can only tell you, like, the outside of it, the tip of the iceberg. It's with a living...
Yeah, it's about
OnlyFans.
Our episode is.
There's a few episodes where they talk about the adult industry, and our one focuses on OnlyFans.
Which was really cool, and we were talking to them for like 6 months, I think, you know, and it took a while, so it seemed like it took forever to come round. And then when it actually did come round, we were like, don't get me wrong, everyone was lovely. It was like, well, this is fucking weird. Like, this is weird. You know, and it was
as you'll see.
So but it was good fun, and it, you know, it made us realise where probably we wanted to go with it or where we didn't want to go with it. You know, and just went from
the OnlyFans is never going to stop.
No, we'll never stop.
But we're keeping it that. We're going to keep it that. It's just us. It's real because it's just us. So we don't actually need to put it on there. Like, putting it on there just basically means that at any time people can just click, look, and that's it, and not really give a fuck. But if you come if you're going to come and have a look over here, but you do give a shit, because, you know, it does cost every month. Not that much, but it does cost to be there.
Yeah.
So people care more.
And we've always done that anyway. We always did the OnlyFans, you know, we did it twice. You know,
and all you get is requests, don't you? All you get is people going, give us better ones, give us this, and you're like, fuck you.
Like, first of all, they go, give us a freebie. So you give them the freebies, you give them a whole catalogue of freebies, and they go, make longer ones.
Make longer freebies. Wearing latex, smoking. What?
Yeah, it's very specific.
It's mad on there. So when is the TV show out though? Can you say that? Or?
It's
April,
May, I think.
It's coming up.
So soon.
It's on ITV. It'll be on ITV
too.
That's all we know, mate. Apart from that, I'm sure they'll tell us.
I'm sure we'll know more.
I'm sure they'll be wanting us to plug it, and
it'll be on our Instagram and things like that. Probably not TikTok because
of course,
obviously.
You said you're in talks with TikTok sometimes. Do you think that will help you in the future if you did get banned or something like that?
Long and short of it, yes, because
it can help, but it depends what you're getting banned for.
But trust me, we're as you say, we're one of these. Basically, we're an account which is very, fucking hell, they're a dangerous client. They are, because, and it's true, because you're doing something which they do not want a part of, and even if we whisper it, even if we show it, that's it. There's nothing that can be done. Apart from that, it just means we email in the same way. But it will get looked at because there's things that we can do.
But if we fucked up and we started talking about OnlyFans and we started talking about all that stuff, like proper.
Or when we put up that video, it was about Christmas time, wasn't it? Honestly, we put a video up. Anyway, it got taken down. I can't remember what it was, but the rules have changed. Yeah. The rules have changed from a year ago.
So it was a repost of a video that we'd done like about 8-9 months before. But when we reposted it,
the rules have
changed. So as we reposted it, all of a sudden we're breaking rules, and we were like, "Whoa, hang on a minute!"
And because we had actually broken a rule, because it was a lazy repost, and we just figured it went viral.
We got punished for that.
We got punished, and it meant over Christmas we just didn't really have any access.
We couldn't post, we couldn't go live, we couldn't do anything really over Christmas.
Like it got sorted out, but it's just.
But you again, if you do something wrong, you've got to wait to be seen.
It was kind of this, and we were like,
The thing with my account, I got a video ban last week, and then it comes up with the warnings, doesn't it? And it said, warning, your next violation could have you permanently banned due to all the violations. So I've gone on the violations. There's 13 violations.
All of them back.
There's only one that's ever not been restored.
I know,
So
yeah.
I've always won them, and one that's not been restored fucking ages ago.
But they hold it again.
And then I got banned for a week for hate speech. I appealed it. I won, and then I was banned for 4 days instead of 7 days. And
Yeah.
I won the appeal. Like, what are they doing? I don't understand.
I know.
That still happens. Like I said, that still happens. That still happens to us. If you get a ban, you go, oh, like, is there any way it can be sorted out? You're still banned, but it might be cut by a day or two.
Yeah.
So the further you, the deeper you get into it, and the further you go, the more likely that you're going to get help, and the more likely someone's going to be like, okay, look, we can do that, we can do that. But break a rule, which is hard to do with us. If you break a rule, then you're fucked. Yeah. So you end up being,
and that doesn't just mean like with what we do as a job. We're talking like they can probably see everything you do. So if you're going around trolling people, or if you're going around you're breaking rules.
Even if people think
like it doesn't just expand to what we do as a job. I'm talking just general stuff.
People think they have another phone and another account,
or another account that people ain't going to know that it's the same person.
Yeah, you don't really, it's all just it's all just they can just look at the screen and go, oh, there's 5 devices.
This
in
one's
that house.
there, this one's there. It's just
it's not.
So
it's not
they there'd be a multitude of things. If we were to suddenly create an account and start going around trolling people, they'd know about it pretty quickly, and we'd probably be gone.
And they get us,
So there's so many different factors to it.
But by removing the hub as well, just in general, because we couldn't take it to those extremities. But ultimately, if we were going to carry on doing what we were doing, which is a lot of the comedy stuff, trying to make funny videos, it does get difficult to try and engage in other things when you're doing that. Because all people want to say to us is that. Which is cool. And then again, going back to what I said at the beginning, though, this is why TikTok's perfect and everyone can go viral in an instant. It's because we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and the hub's going to be gone. And yesterday's newspaper, tomorrow's chip paper, right?
Yeah.
So the idea being, mate, is that in future, it's only the only fans we've got. We're not on the public domain anymore to be seen. So you've reinvented yourself by staying real, but you've just removed that section of it, which made you where you are. But we are humble enough to know
that's where we come from. And we'll never deny that that's what
if someone said, oh, you guys done that, we'd be like, we're on there now. We're on there. We don't sit here and go, oh, what? No, we didn't do that. Oh, that was a blip in our life.
Oh, like, a mistake. No,
we enjoyed it. We loved it.
We know where we come from.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a good end to note on. A good note to end on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, again. Good to catch up.
Yes, it's been lovely.
Yeah, you was down this way, weren't you?
I was, but I just had so many people to see. I was thinking I'd like to see like you guys and Ben Rance and just anyone in Essex. But I'm down for like 5 days.
Oh, next time.
Yeah, just drop me a message.
Whereabouts are you in Lee?
Yeah. Just at the end of the sea, my friend.
Yeah.
I'll try and come down for longer next time and do a little TikTok.
Yeah, mate, do it.
We'll meet up for a chat.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Mate,
Take care. Bye.